Hi, this is Anil with a video tutorial for the Learning Lite on C programming. In this video tutorial, we're going to see how we can return some value from a function. Okay, for the demonstration purpose, in this tutorial, we're going to create a function which is going to take two parameters, then add the values of that parameters and return that result back to us. Since our function is going to return some integer value, we're going to use this int in the return type. Then the name of the function is going to be add, then the parameter data types is going to be int comma int. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to define this function. It's going to be int add, then a pair of curly braces. Here you're going to write two variables to receive the input. It's going to be int a and int b. Now inside this add a function, we have to calculate this addition of a plus b, and we need a variable to store that. So for that purpose, we're gonna create another variable called int temp for saving this temporary result. Then we're gonna assign this temp equal to a plus b. So now this temp variable contains a plus b. So now we have to return this temp value back to the caller of this add function. So in this case, it's going to be the main function. So we can return a value from a function using this return statement. Return, then temp, add a semicolon here. This return statement returns this control as well as this temp value back to our main function. So in the main function, we're gonna create a variable called result to receive the result returned by this add function. So we're gonna assign that result. It's gonna be result equal to, now we're gonna call this add function add, then the values as the parameters. Right now we're gonna pass 10 and 20. So the next thing we want to do is we just want to print this result value. It's gonna be printf. Now here I'm gonna write the result is %d, then write this result variable here, save it, compile it and run it. Okay, the result is 30. That's because our add method returned this value 30 because it received the value 10 and 20 and then it added that values and returned it back. This is it. This is how we use this return statement to return some values from a function. The next thing I want to tell you is we can return only one value from a function. So we can't write temp comma some other variable like temp2 or something else. If we do that, we're gonna get some errors. So let me delete that. Okay, another thing I want to tell you is you can use as many return statements in this function, but make sure that only one return will be executed depending on your logic. For example, here if this temp value becomes less than 0 or it becomes a minus value, then I want to return a 0. For that we're gonna use a if condition. If we're gonna check whether this temp is less than or less than 0. So if it is so, then we're gonna return 0, else we're gonna return this temp values. So what we're doing here is this temp value is less than 0, or if it is a minus value or negative value, then we're gonna return 0. If it is greater than or equal to 0, then we're gonna return that actual temp value. So just to explain that, let me make this second variable to be minus 20. So save it, compile it and run it. So as you can see here, the result is 0, but 10 plus of minus 20 is equal to 10 minus 20, and that's gonna be minus 10. So because of this if statement here, this temp value is less than 0, we are returning 0. So here when this if statement becomes true, this return statement will be executed, and when it becomes false, this statement will be executed. So this is it guys, this is about returning some value from a function using this return keyword. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.